Stay spoken, stay spoken, stay. Stay spoken, stay spoken, shred.
Yellow sun enhances us. We bathe in the Ra'atum rays as Isis and Osiris. I can see your superpowers out on the Cape Verde. African coastal lines, me between your thighs at your coastal line. Our palette blind to the color of time where you and I have merged all the days. Your soul a lighthouse for a once lost one, who encompassed in this vessel now knows that his heart is divine navigation. Your waves, they caress and crash against my rock. Splash. These are the sounds of nature's most intimate conversations. And I remember each and every one of ours verbatim. You loving both sides. My jackal and my hide. Me appreciating the fact that you never ever tried to change him. A true beauty embracing my beast. We fuck into ashes with our passion and cremate the consensus of that which they determine love making, but you and I call weak. Staying connected. Our conversation is coded. This is an encryption that can't be broken. Our DNA exchange rates at a higher frequency through our body language, in which both of our vocabularies are extensive. Our dialect, it spells uniqueness with our limbs fully stretched to expressive. We stay connected. Our legacy untied to these social media posts, we are untethered. Our love, classical like Mozart, sounding out our joys to 4-3-2s to correct the hurts. Conducting a path amongst the stars, us merging with the ether. Celestial rivers are our Poseidon adventures, us diving way into the deeper. We stay connected. The ratio of circumference to diameter measured within these pulsations of you and I. In this cipher, our correspondence is a constant like pi. 3.14 the bliss coveted, so connivers can spy, but we remain at the spire of ascension in order to keep our frequency high. We stay connected through these intricate stitching and brushstrokes. The embroidery of our tapestry and love painting our renaissance across the sky. Don't you know that in you, I see the Messiah, yes, I. And I and you are one when I'm deep inside of your orbit. There's no mistaking that you are the divine keeping alive my meteoric rise. We stay connected, even through imperfect pictures. Light still beams through our aperture at shutter speeds that are quicker than the lie. From the negatives, you and I are perfectly polarized. Truth the sharpened blade cutting away malignant frames and prideful prisons. Our scalpel making these incisions with a surgical precision. Me cutting away to your promised lands, the place where into you I spill all of my ink. Us coordinating at sacred latitude and longitude positions. We stay connected, us. We just keep on growing. The authenticity formulated in our body chemistry, serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin. Me inscribing these emotions onto your pages with you knowing. You are more than any bars or any standalone stanza, queen. You are the whole poem. We stay connected. Our conversation is coded. An encryption that can't be, won't be, broken. In the future, they will attempt to quarantine love and call it a disease and convince you and me that hate is the sure cure for the cause of such epidemics. The road to them will scream melancholy, its thoughts cemented in the matter grey. It would have been witness to murder, police brutality, and human traffickings, and queens. Our history serves as a precursor, and those of us that don't know theirs are sure to repeat the curse of past behaviors in the future. We will breed minds incubated in ignorance. People will fall to their knees to take stands. Cotton pickers and Kaepernicks will be hung in public before endorsements by the night ticks. Mike Browns will still be shot dead in the street screaming, "Don't shoot," whilst we raise our hands. Eric Garner still can't breathe. Trayvon Martins will still be shot down by a Zimmerman. We do not forget about our Mark Duggans, our Tamir Rices, our Stephen Lawrences. We'll be damned if we forget about our Sandra Blands. Then there will be fires at Grenfell, where all of our hearts fell. Where the inquest into the unlawful deaths will lead to dead ends until a justice system is systematically picked apart and becomes a system that is just by us. Until then, they will continue to serve us their death sentences, copiously fed to us in unsteady diets of lies and an unwavering bias. In the future, free thought will become a cemetery, where we will exist inside of the coffins that their programming has channeled us in. And the world turns and turns and stomachs churn sick. The mouths of the people will regurgitate hate agendas and spew malignant narratives with a menacing rhetoric. In the future, all poets will sound like this and would have misplaced their own expression. Like politicians, we would have convinced you that we said something significant simply because our speech or spoken word piece lasted longer than the fame of 15 minutes. In the future, they will tell us the voice of the people is shown in referendums, all the while turning up the heat to disguise a Cold War on the immigrants. Unpredictable Mayweather, trumped only by presidential punchlines that grab pussy inciting rape, on Twitter with his trigger fingers instigating war with North Korea, the UN still ignoring slavery across the world, a moment of silence for Libya. They will make a myth of the gravity of climate change, though earthquakes and hurricanes will exist in abundance, so many that we will all forget their names. We will all live in a time unable to recognize nature from the engineered. Fortunately for us, we do not have to worry about such days arriving in our immediate future. Why? Because they are already here. Peace.